Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, no. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though.
I said back up, and then we press rewind, yeah. I said boom, bye, bye, if you don't wanna dance. Back out, go and give the boo, go and
Alright, y'all, I'm back. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. For y'all who are already part of the fam, you got me. Go ahead and comment, let me know y'all made it to the video. And for those of you guys who are not yet, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss a video. And let's go ahead. I'm gonna be telling you guys about what I ate when I was 400 pounds, along with the unhealthy eating behaviors that I was practicing at the same time. I was never really one of those people that hated vegetables, hated water, you know, was strictly processed junk food, but at the same time that was the majority of my diet, I'm not gonna lie. So I can't tell you guys exactly what year I actually reached 400 pounds. It was sometime during high school, so that's the time that I'm going to speak on the most. I lived at home with my family, my mom, dad, and sister. My dad was the one making most of the meals when we would eat together. We never really like sat down at the dinner table and had meals together. If I didn't like what he was making, it was either go buy whatever you want with your own money or you're not gonna eat. Basically, whatever he was hungry for is what he was gonna make. So a lot of the time I did end up, you know, scavenging my own food, figuring out what I wanted and going to buy that. And when I did that, sometimes I would go to the grocery store and pick up something to make for myself, but a lot of the time I would go to either Subway or Cookout. Those were my favorite go-tos. Sometimes McDonald's. I'm gonna speak more about those in a second, but then once I turned 17, I moved into my own little apartment type of sort of deal. I was working a full-time job and I was making my own meals, so I would go shopping for myself, and I was lucky enough to have a grocery outlet where I only had to spend like $50 for 2 weeks. But a lot of the time I was picking up processed, like packaged, freezered meals and just quick on the go type of things that were not healthy, but they were cheap, so I was bringing them in to my house. Yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little background. And for a long time before I ever started my weight loss journey, everything that was coming into my house was just, like I said, processed, packaged. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these, but if anything sticks out to you guys and you guys want to know more about it, definitely let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make a whole separate little video for all that, okay? For one, a lot of you guys already know this about me. If you've watched my very first weight loss journey video, I was self-medicating a lot back in the day, and I was crazy pothead, like smoking all the time, you guys, all the time. So I always had the munchies. During that time, when I was smoking the most, I would go out and get fast food with my friends or whatever it would be, and I'm gonna specifically tell you guys my 3 favorite meals, okay, from my 3 favorite fast foods. First one, every single time I went to McDonald's, right, my order was always the same: 2 McDoubles with mac sauce, a large sweet tea, and if I was eating at the restaurant, I would usually like drink one and then fill it up and take it home and drink another one. So 2 of those big ass teas, y'all feel me, 3 cookies, and if I was feeling it, I would get a fry. But a lot of the time I didn't get french fries just because they weren't my thing. I would go to Cookout. I would always get a Cookout tray. I would get a spicy chicken sandwich, right, and I would get cheese and a pickle on it, 2 chicken quesadillas, and a fried like chicken wrap or something, and then also a sweet tea. Subway, which isn't too bad, you know, people say, but when you go to Subway and you're ordering a cheesesteak on white bread, like a foot long, that's a lot of calories. For one, y'all know I don't count calories, but still. One other favorite, when I would go to Sheetz, the gas station in my hometown, I would always get these trash can cookies. They were so good, and FWU any of you guys if you know what I'm talking about. And those cookies were fire. Along with other bad eating habits, I would not drink enough water ever. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a person who hated water, but I didn't drink as much as I should have. I was eating at all the wrong times. I would definitely have to say being an emotional eater had to be the worst. My entire childhood, my entire teenage years, and even now, I'm still a very emotional eater.
You know, I ate when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was anxious, when I felt threatened, and the most when
I felt like I was being bullied, or I felt overwhelmed, or when I felt rejection from other people, from, you know, any situation in life. Food would always be there to comfort me. I would eat right before going to sleep and wake up and just feel like my body never digested anything, just feeling sick, terrible. And you know, people say that all the time, and if you've never really had an eating disorder or problems with your weight or overeating, whatever, you may just like shy it away, but emotional eating is a real thing, and it's very, very frustrating to say the least. Many of you guys know that I intermittent fast now. Well, I would do that back in the day, but I wouldn't do it on purpose, and it wouldn't always be eating at the same time. So I may wake up, you know, 2 in the afternoon one day, not eat until like 6 p.m., but eat at 8 p.m. and then 10 p.m. Like I said, go back to sleep and do it all over again. That was terrible. I would also eat quick, empty calories. So I would eat like a bag of chocolate or soda, or like I said, those like really big sweet teas, and you're just like, you're drinking your calories. Or I would get like a frappuccino, like I said, empty calories, and just shovel it down and be hungry like 5 minutes later, do it all over again. And then the last thing I will say when it comes to eating habits, I definitely did not eat enough fruits and vegetables alone. I loved fruit, I liked vegetables, but I would never eat them by themselves. You know, I always felt like I had to have the meal with it. I always had to have, if I ate a salad, I had to have like a full meal after having the salad. Or I would eat fruit, but I would eat it like on top of cake or something like that. So, you know, I wasn't just getting the vitamins and nutrients from the fruits and vegetables without, you know, the help of some processed food along the way. Now, other than that, my favorite prepared meal that I would make for myself, I would always go to the store and grab a T-bone steak, and I would fry that. I would eat it with like an entire onion and an entire green pepper on top of that. And I would use like the Success like quick boil white rice, and I would eat that under like the whole, I think that's like either 2 or 3 servings. I would eat the whole bag of rice with the whole steak, with the whole vegetables, and like just smother that with ketchup. That's enough to make me gag at this point in my life. But back then, I fucked with it. That was my favorite. And I remember weeks when I would literally eat that like 4, 5, 6 times a week. So when I've told you guys that when I started my weight loss and I cut out red meat completely, that's how I lost 30 pounds so quick, because I was eating red meat like daily. So yeah. And then also I love Puerto Rican food, pollo guisado, bacalao, and yuca fries, pernil, and just you name it, I loved it. And my best friend was Puerto Rican. Her mama was chefing, so you already know every time I was at her house, you girl was eating. Like, what's your mama cook today? Because I'm coming. She make the whole little fish with the eye like laying on the plate. Like, yeah, I was eating all that. Like, if you would have told Summer back then that I would eat the way that I do now, I would have laughed myself into a stroke. I say that all the time, but it's so true. I'm very happy with the way that I eat. I would honestly like to become even more, I won't even say strict, but I would like to become more holistic, more raw with the way that I eat. You know, I feel so amazing when I'm eating raw food from the ground. I won't go into that entire spiel, but yeah. You know, a lot of people say everything in moderation, but I honestly, if you have a true fitness goal, if you have true body goals, you know, there's some things that you're going to have to completely cut out of your diet, or it's going to be very hard to achieve what you're trying to. Working out and eating right go hand in hand, but I will say, in my own numbers and my own thinking and how it's worked for me, diet has been 80% and working out has been 20. If I fall off one week in the gym but I'm still eating right, you know, I feel okay. I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. But if I'm working out every day but I'm not eating right, I feel like I'm working out for nothing. I feel like there's no gains. There's just, I don't know. Maybe y'all, do y'all agree with me? Chime in, let me know. Let us sister know. So I ain't gonna hold y'all no more. I don't know how long this video's been already, but let me know what you guys eat, just in general. What is your favorite, all-time favorite meal? Drop it in the comments right now, and I'll see y'all in the next video.